Are you tired of some guy recommending Smoothbot to you? Seeing playlists that are just filled with Smoothbot, Pasu, and every other scenario played forever? Look no further. For Bongo got you covered. Today we're going to be looking at a couple unique playlists that haven't been made before. More so, they're focused on niches than issues that you might actually have. Hopefully this can spice up your gameplay and get you to think differently about aiming. The first one we're going to cover is hard reactive plus smooth regen. Here we're combining the difficulty of harder reactive scenarios in combination with smooth regen. These playlists is for two kinds of people, and you might recognize yourself here. There's people who just want a full tracking playlist, but mainly I want the people who have shaky aim to be able to play reactive scenarios and still keep their smoothness. This is a problem that might actually be affecting you. See, a lot of us shake, but on a minimal level without noticing it, causing our tracking clips to look worse than they actually feel. So this playlist, or smooth regen as a whole, can really help you out there. The second playlist will be focusing on something undervalued, which is reaction time and a little bit of static. This is meant for those people who play click-heavy games like Siege, CS, or Valve, but anyone could benefit from static and increased reaction time, since it basically works very similar to how speed or reactive training works. By honing in your skill to do the best of your ability, realizing when you're on target or not quicker, shortening your reaction time can be really beneficial. However, I will say, people say you cannot increase your reaction time, but I don't believe that. Boxers do it to avoid punches, tennis players do it to track the ball better, so why can't we use it in aim training? Scenarios will hopefully help you in doing that. Be sure to join my Discord and tell me how these works out for you. Thirdly is regen and precision smoothness. Now this one is less unique, but it's still very beneficial. It's our ability to track smaller targets smoothly. Basically smooth sphere-like targets in one swoop motion. As I said previously, smooth regen is really underused in the community, but it's really beneficial because it's one thing that actually punishes our mistakes. In static, you punish yourself mentally for missing, but with regen, you won't get that far if you don't keep your mouse on the target. Combined with smaller size target that actually allow for precision, playlist is amazing from everyone who plays Apex or Overwatch to people who play CS. Since tracking the head before you click is an essential skill in one-tapping. Now this is one I haven't seen too much of. I might be wrong on this one, but my smooth is fast playlist is great for people who want fast smoothness. Ask yourself, do you often lose track of your target and don't understand why you can't follow him like you do in an aim trainer? Well, the truth is, the targets usually move way too fast in game, or they go side to side too fast in an aim train. To mitigate this, we create simpler scenarios and then boost their speed up. This one is short, but by far my favorite. It's just smooth as, except the focus on speed almost turns it into reactive. You need to track the bot smoothly, but it's going at such speed that where it's hard to follow. Very great for games that have no strafing penalties like Apex and Overwatch. Now, moving on to another playlist, Recoil Smoothing. A lot of you hear that you shouldn't play this, that you shouldn't bother with recoil scenarios in Kovaaks because you're not learning a pattern. And that would be very true for something like CS, but not many other games, not even Valorant. Since spraying in Valorant is rather difficult and other games have minimal recoil or no pattern at all. They have a balloon. What we're practicing here is getting used to the movement of something pulling us up and then us pulling it down while tracking a target. Basically, in a game, you never move in a horizontal line. Even in minimal recoil shooters like Apex or COD, you always move diagonally downwards. I used to play these types of scenarios a lot, and it was definitely when my tracking was at its best, even for games like Insurgency Sandstorm, which are notorious for its punishing recoil. That wasn't an issue for me. See, this is really great if you play heavy recoil games or just want to try out how your aims feels afterwards. I'd say give this one a shot for a little while since it isn't too long, and have it as a staple in your daily routine and watch how your tracking will improve. Lastly, we're going to the shortest one. I've always been curious about playlists that are shorter, but specifically the scenario is shorter. See, someone in my chat came to me with the idea that we never fight for a full minute or even 30 seconds. We fight for a short time that is maybe 5-10 seconds in longer games, and then that's it. In games like CS, it could be down to milliseconds, right? So why do we practice for so long? And my response was that it's actually to benefit mouse control, but creating a very short window for our aim to excel might actually benefit us. Since we just have 20 seconds or so per scenario, we might actually focus up more during these 20 seconds than we would for the full minute. This one is particularly useful because it really feels like you're just speeding along the playlist and doing everything really fast, while you're still focusing. Try this one out, or more importantly, try mixing some of these scenarios in your playlist and tell me how it goes. For more unique tips and playlists like these ones, be sure to follow.